Okay, this is Dry Arabia. We're playing Delhi versus Ayyubids. We have to understand not only the matchup, but also the map. It is a quite open map. It is a map where potential raids can actually deal a lot of damage. So we can start making an idea of what or how we want to play feudal, maybe with Gatsi, since we're Delhi, maybe with Gatsi. And we're facing Ayyubids. Ayyubids have the same bonus over berries gathering than us. So in that regard, we're going to be more or less the same. Now, what do Ayyubids like doing? They like going for that fast castle timing, pick up relics, which you saw in one of my games. Pick up relics, and from that point, just transition on to maybe a second to see or full aggression, all in, whatever. I didn't take a look at your scout, but I saw that you went straight to the middle. That's fine. And then you turn around. Yeah, that's fine. You always want to cover as much map as you can with the scout on your initial scouting pathing, right? So you take it from here. You go all the way to the middle. If you can get more map, then more map. You go further on, and then you turn around once you see your opponent's scout, or you get to his base or whatever. Okay. Now your BO, you're not forgetting any upgrades. Okay, you're not. Okay. Let's speed up. Now, you may have different objectives in this game. Ayyubids, I've played this matchup 1 or 2 times before. Ayyubids can play either in feudal, getting units and trying to deny sacred size. I don't think that's worth for them. I think their potential comes when hitting castle with those camel lancers and picking up the relics, but you never know. Now your objective, it is going to be definitely getting those sacred sites. Okay, so the thing we have to think about now is if he's going fast castle, how long do I want to remain in feudal? Okay, because the longer I stay in feudal and he's in castle age, the worse for me, because he's going to be producing castle age units and I'm going to be stuck in feudal, being unable to counter. Okay, so in that regard, if he's not pressuring the sacred sites, if he's not trying to deny my sacred sites, then I shall not produce too many units and go for a faster castle age timing. Now we see foreign gold, tower and gold. This is most likely going to be a fast castle. Now we have to take a look. We have to take a look at the wing he went up with. He could have gone up with the economy wing, which provides him with 3 additional villagers, or with the military wing, which is the meta now, right? Getting those desert raiders every 2 minutes. 1 desert raider every 2 minutes. So important that we go and check what he went up. He's got protected gold, secured gold with the tower, so we won't be able to harass his gold. He does have front berries, and that's cool. He does have his both wood lines in front, so that means that the rest of the resources are back. Unlucky that he got berries front, but this is some point of pressure that we could look for, those berries, right? And also he just started taking those berries. They're quite fresh. So that means that he ate most of his sheep, probably. Or he's like splitting his fields. So if we go and deny those berries, he shouldn't have too many sheep left. Okay, now he's putting pressure. He's doing what was expected for him. Let's take a look at your build order. So you're feudal now. Don't forget the upgrades like instantly. I've got all my eco buildings on F2. See? F2, all my eco buildings. Just make sure that once you hit castle or feudal, castle, whatever new age, just go F2 and start getting them all. Okay, very, very important for Delhi as they are free, and they take very long. Not the first ones, but the second ones and third ones take quite long to be researched. So you want to start researching them as soon as possible. Gatsi and Horsemen are a good and a bad unit against desert raiders. They're a good unit against them because they are considered light ranged units. So Gatsis have bonus over them, and horsemen too. But at the same time, they're not a good unit because there's a debuff effect. You see, when we have like this purple shine around our units, it's because we have a debuff effect. So we're getting -2 attack damage because it's a camel and we're riding a horse. So I think the best unit to counter Desert Raiders are archers, not so much horsemen. Archers. In case you opened up with stable and you found this happening, I would suggest that you took this gassy raider instead of chasing, in and out and healing him. Like, he's wasting a lot of time here, and that Desert Raider is not really going to get anything done here. I would suggest you take that gassy raider over to his berries. You might not get a kill, but you might force him back. And if you force him back, that's a lot of idle time, one thing. And also, you might force him to drop a barracks if he wants to defend his berries or his future berries. He will need spearmen. And if you force him to drop a barracks, that means that his castle age timing is going to be delayed. So you're fucking up his build order already. Remember that horsemen and knights are not defensive units. Spearmen are, archers are, crossbows are, not horsemen nor knights. Okay, you got Sanctity. Wait, 3 minutes? No. 1 minute and 40 seconds. Okay, this is a bit too late. Don't forget to get this as soon as you age up. This, I think the perfect timing is around minute 8. So you're like 30 seconds late. The faster you can get Sanctity research, the faster you can take control of the Sacred Ties. Okay, so you went up with Tower of Victory. Okay. See, now you force him out of the berries. Now he has to go somewhere else. Maybe the steer pack, maybe these berries. He's got a lot of food. Maybe these berries over here. Okay. You can't deny his gold, but you can't deny or try denying his food sources. And buy yourself some time to get to castle yourself. Because otherwise, as I said before, the longer you remain in feudal, the worse. Okay. By the time you complete Sanctity, you want to have a scholar on at least 2 sacred sides, right? Good job. Yeah, good job. Like, you can't fight here. In this case, I don't really know what to suggest. Like, when facing civs that can get like armored units very early on, like HRE men at arms, English men at arms. Well, English not so much, but HRE, Japanese, even Ayyubids with this fast castle timing, like they can start spamming golems or camel lancers. I'm not a daily player, but I think it might be a good idea. Maybe you can test this, going up with the other one, with Dome of Faith, and get more scholars out, cheaper ones that can actually heal your Gatsy. Because if you can heal your Gatsy, those golems are not scary anymore. See? If he goes for camel lancers, then you can get spearmen. They're perfect counter. But you don't really have a counter to golems, except from those Gatsy raiders. So if instead of having archers, you have a bunch more scholars, maybe you can heal those Gatsy up and keep them alive. So that suggestion again in another stream. Again, I'm not a daily player, but I think that would make a lot of sense. You see, like they kind of traded efficiently, effectively, If you had like 3 or 4 more scholars around, you wouldn't lose one single Gatsy. Also, when playing Japanese versus Delhi, me being the Japanese player, the Delhi player goes for that Dome of Faith and gets a lot of scholars. Be very, very careful with this. Be very, very, very careful with this. These are 25 villagers idle. Okay? And they've been idle for a few seconds now. Always try to split your villagers into different food sources so that you don't put all your eggs in the same nest. And if you get raided, you lose like 6 or 7 villagers, right? So in this case, I would pick like 5, 6. I would place them here with the tower if I can. 5, 6 with here with another tower if I can. If I can with the tower, I'll just place them here. Okay, but try not to move around 25 villagers in one single group, because that could be devastating. If you get raided here by 2 or 3 camel lancers, it's not only the fact that you're going to lose 2 or 3 villagers, but also the traveling time, you see, from 25 villagers from the berries back to the TC, and then back again to berries or wherever they were. So that's a lot of idle time. Not only the losses, but also the idle time, which translates in a lot of resources that you're not gathering. This is a good raid. Do you have? Oh, I didn't take a look at the upgrades. You went for 1 blacksmith. Okay. This is the first one. I mean, I understand that you're getting this one, but this is going to take very long. You should be getting, especially, I mean, if you're facing Ayyubids or Japanese or HRE, your main asset to counter those armor units are going to be Gatsy. So I would either go for +1 melee attack before a +1 range attack, and second one I would get a range armor, because once I'm done, once I've cleaned up his army or his first golems or whatever, I kind of want to push. I want to raid his gold, maybe his woodland, whatever, and I'm gonna need that armor. Second blacksmith. Are you gathering gold? No, you're not. Okay, this is a lot of wood. Okay. You know you can like wall it off like this. Way more efficient, less amount of wood spent. This is way too much wood, and also a lot of time that your archers are here building the walls and not somewhere else, maybe raiding, I don't know, berries. Gatsy is such a good unit, man. Okay, let's speed up. You're going castle, good job. I think you played a very good game. You're playing a very good game. Compound of the defender. Good raids. You're being active. I think you're playing a very good game, man. Very good game. Okay, your castle now. Again, first thing, upgrades right away. Boom, 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 boom. All of them. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, F2, all of them. Blacksmith, check again. For the ones that you have already completed, level 2 is available, so go for it. Like as daily, always when you age up, you gotta think of those upgrades. Like they make such a big difference. Compound of the defender, the same thing, right? Go for this one first so that you can produce villagers from castles. And also you should start thinking about gathering stone. Maybe you're floating a bit too much wood. Maybe just pick 3-4 villagers and put them on stone, working towards that first castle, maybe to secure one of the sacred sites. Maybe, I don't know. Try to try to look at your resources from time to time, and if you see you're like floating one of them, just pick a bunch of villagers from that resource and move them somewhere else. If you can spend them, obviously spend them. But if you can't spend them right away, just keep them there and move your villagers. No, it never clicks and I mess up walls, I think. Oops. Okay, what does he have? I think eventually you will need crossbows eventually. If not already. That's a lot of golems. Also, always note that... Okay, you're getting crossbows. Good job, man. Good job. Also note that if you're going for a full melee army, not all of your units are going to be attacking. Because, you know, they crash into your opponent's army, and until they get into a line, you see? Into one line, not all of them are going to be attacking. Whereas if you bring ranged units behind, all of those ranged units are going to be attacking. So at the end of the day, this guy's going full melee. Like full I don't know where his army is anymore, but full melee army. If you go for those crossbows, you're going to have melee plus range. You're going to be hitting double. I wouldn't really go for siege, as he's going full golems and camel lancers or desert raiders, whatever that is. I'll just get a lot of crossbowmen, maybe a few spearmen to mix in with my Gatsy. I wouldn't produce too many more Gatsy. Spearmen, crossbowmen. Keep those Gatsy alive. Try to be active in the map raiding. Meanwhile, good job working on that first castle. That's good. Okay, everything is research. Compound. You forgot about the upgrades here, man. Don't forget about them, like especially this one. The fact that Delhi can produce villagers from castles is it's very strong. Very strong. Should never forget that one. Okay, I saw you picking up relics. Are you picking the rest? Let me take a look. Yeah, you got 3 and 1 more over here. I think you're playing a wonderful game. You're floating a lot of resources. Not sure why. Maybe you want to go... This is a good castle. Maybe you want to go Imp? I don't think so, right? It's too early. Make use of your resources. If you're running archers slash crossbowmen, I would always suggest you have spearmen. Always. Going archers and cav, I mean, you can go archers and heavy cav. You can, because... Well, you can. But this is not heavy cav, this is Gatsy. I mean, he's just gonna run you over with the golems and everything. Like, he's gonna go on top of your crossbows. And there's no way for you to defend from those camel lancers, actually. Ooh. That's a lot of golems, man. That is a lot of golems. This was smart from you, playing next to the castle. So this was good. Okay, let's see. You have a lot of resources. You have to start spending them. Did you want to go imp, or... I just want to say thank you for the coaching. You have already provided new ideas, and I appreciate it very much. Yo, Slayer, that's so nice from you, man. I'm happy that you're actually getting something out of it. Ayyubids siege is so strong. I think it's just like every other siege. They do have like that fire thing, right? But I don't think anyone uses it. Don't forget to pick up this relic. You go 3, that's the 4th one. I know this happens to me a lot of times. You know, you leave the safest one for later and you forget about it. Okay, Springle. I think you're playing a wonderful game. Wonderful game. Oh, quick tip here. Always when building a castle, always, you see, this is the vision provided by the castle. When building a castle, always get a tower next to it. Always get a tower, because the amount of vision that you're going to get from that tower is so much worth than just having the castle one. So, castle and tower next to it. Ooh. Very careful. You do have an answer. You do have an answer to those mangonels, which is the springle. Just wait. Like you're not losing anything, right? It is going to take long for that Sultan Tower to take down your castle. So you don't need to panic. You don't need to rush into the fight. Just stand back, because the only thing that can actually kill you now is a mangonel, right? Because you have a lot of crossbowmen, 22. So instead of taking this fight, just step back, take a step back, wait for your springles to be in the battlefield, and then you engage again. Okay? Because that's the only thing that can actually kill you. If you remove that threat, you're good to go. Good to go. But now you're tanking a lot of mangonel shots. See, and you've lost quite a few crossbowmen. But it's fine, I guess, right? A lot of wood. Have you transitioned yet? No, you haven't. Okay. Whenever I find myself with a lot of wood and I still haven't transitioned to farms just yet, I like to grab like a couple villagers or 3 and start like building them all. So by the time my food sources are empty, I can just drag all my villagers from the berries or the deer pack onto the already built farms. It is way more efficient than later on getting like 20 villagers from berries and go like build all these farms, because they're going to be building like all those 20 villagers are going to be building one by one all those farms. So that's going to be very inefficient. However, whereas if you have built those farms with 2 or 3 villagers or even 1 villager before, like previously, then all the job is done. Okay, now you literally killed all of his army. Okay, we were talking about this concept the other day in Tuesday's coaching session. You have to think about map control, okay? You completely erased his army. So you now have map control. That means that you can push, you can take control of resources, you can deny resources, okay? Because you have an army and he doesn't. Now, I see that you're moving towards the castle, and that's something that I don't know why we humans tend to do a lot. Like, okay, there's a threat, I'm going to go straight for it. If you think about it carefully, you literally deleted his army. What if you go straight to his base? He's going to have nothing, right? Instead, we're wasting a lot of time, plunking our army here in front of the castle just to put pressure, maybe build a ram or something. Just ignore that castle. You don't really need that castle. What is that castle defending? A sacred site? Do you really need gold? No. Just take your army and attack him, because he's going to have nothing. It's minute 23 into the game. If we were playing the late game, minute 45, with like 1,000 military buildings, spamming units non-stop, then it's not like, okay, you might have won this battle, but it's not like you're going to kill him, because in a matter of like 30 seconds, he's going to have, again, an army, right? But now, minute 23, it's pretty early. Just go and push him. Nope. You see sometimes when we don't have anti-siege like springles or culverins, and we try to snipe the my opponent's mangonels or siege units with like a bunch of horsemen. I'm gonna sneak a bunch of horsemen through the side, and I'm gonna snipe that mangonel, and it just doesn't fucking work. It doesn't work. Well, you can apply the same thing to these. taking down castles with a bunch of knights, it doesn't work. Okay, it just doesn't work. Take a step back, build a ram if you want, or get a trebuchet and take down the castle as you should. Because now you're going to be trading very inefficiently. You're going to lose a lot of units here. He's going to be defending the castle with like just a bunch of spearmen. That's it. And you're going to lose a lot of units. And he might not be targeting, but he could be targeting your crossbowmen. And those are kind of expensive units. See? Look at all those crossbowmen dying. Oh, even an elephant. That's just not the way. Okay, not the way. Look at that elephant, man. What a beast. And Delhi, I love like Delhi players give absolutely no fucks. It's like, you know what? I'm just gonna build fucking farms around the castle. Like, I don't care. Lot of resources. Lot of resources. It is true that Delhi kind of has to close the gaming castle, or should close the gaming castle. You don't really want to take it too long. You don't want to take it to Imperial, because upgrades take too long to be researched. But man, like, you've won 2 battles. You have plenty of resources. Just, I don't know, just go Imperial. Go Imperial. Like, you've taken control of the sacred sites now.
VortX93. I can see some entradas on that head, my mate. Join the Bald Club.
You wished. You wished, my man. You wished. But look at this. I may not have your hands to play the game, but I do have a lot of hair. I can actually share it with you if you like. You see, for all those of you who came into the stream asking for Vortex, that's Vortex. That's a pro player. I'm his student. Also, Vortex is a very good daily player. Vortex, if you see anything, I don't know if you've been watching the replay here with me, but if there's any tip that you kindly want to give to Slayer, that would be awesome. For how long does the game go on? Does it go on? Did he lose this game? No, he won. He won this game. He won this game. I think he played a very good game. Just a few mistakes here and there. Just a few mistakes. Okay, let's take a look at this. Okay, I wasn't really looking at the siege battle here, but I think you won it, right? You had more springles. Okay, this shouldn't be working, I guess. I didn't have a loss to share. I wish I could say that. Does the game go on? Slayer? Like, how long? For how long does the game go on? Fast forward, not late. Okay. I mean, there has been one clear moment in which you could have closed the game, which was when you deleted his army previously, and you could have just pushed and finished him. Aside of that, I think you played a very good game, man. I think you played a very good game. Be careful here with the microing. Like, elephants are very expensive units. You're not floating any more 3k resources, so you gotta watch out for that. If he brings spearmen, try to, micro your elephant. You don't have any more crossbowmen. No, you're switching to Gatsy and men at arms. Maybe because you don't have enough resources, maybe. Okay. Again, I would only point out those little things. I think you played a very good game. That was good.